Hi everyone, it's Vivian. Welcome to the first of my review videos. Today is Tuesday the 14th of May and I thought to kick you off with the first of the reviews I will talk about the coffee and the tea that I'm drinking. So during the winter I really am a coffee drinker. I like spice flavoured coffees, so that's coffees infused with vanilla spice or chai spice or ginger or something along those lines, and also spice and chai spice teas. I don't really like fruit teas as a hot drink, but I really do enjoy them as a cold drink, and I will come on to that a little bit later. So if you're sitting comfortably, let's review the first of the coffees. Now the coffee that I drink is by a company called Little's, and this is one of them here. This is the decaf coconut one. I get mine from an online supplier called Coffees Direct by post, and I will link to them below. These Little's jars only come in these sizes. They don't come in big jars. Yes, so these only come in these small jars. They don't come in large jars, but you can order them in quantities of 6 or 12 if you have one that you particularly want. I have a tendency just to swap between them and try different ones different times. So I actually have 7 to talk to you about at the moment. So this is the first one. This is their Island Coconut one, which is a decaf coffee. It's not one of my favourites because it's quite sweet, and when you open it up there is very much an artificial coconut smell like you would find in suntan lotions and stuff like that. It tastes better, don't get me wrong, it is nice to taste, but it's just a little bit too sweet for me. But what I do like is this one here, which is called Cardamom Bun. Now that's very spicy, so it's like the smell of cardamoms and cumin, and that sometimes I will mix the two together, so I'll have a half teaspoon of both, and that gives it a little bit of a sweeter taste because of the coconut in it. So that is Cardamom Bun and iced coconut. So that's the first two. The next one I'm going to talk about is another slightly sweet one, which is their French vanilla. So if you like a vanilla latte, this is ideal for you, because if you have a milk frother, you can just literally put a teaspoon in the bottom, froth up the milk, and you've got a nice vanilla tasting latte. So again, if you like your lattes, this is a good one. I now have two that are alcohol based, but they have no alcohol in them. You'll understand why when I explain. So the first one is Irish cream. So it smells of Irish cream, like the whiskey smell, but it has no whiskey in it. So a little bit disappointing, but it is a nice coffee to enjoy. So if you are the designated driver and you're going anywhere and everyone else is having their Irish coffee, you could have one as well, just without the alcohol. The second one that I have is Havana Rum. Again, a very nice coffee if you like a slightly hot coffee, as in spicy hot, you've got the heat of the rum and that. But again, none of these have got alcohol in them, so you don't have to worry if you're driving at all. You can drink these and it's perfectly safe. My final two actually are my two favourites. And I'm not sure if one is more favourite than the other or what, so I shall talk to you both at the same time. So the one that I really love, and is my first thing in the morning coffee, is called Chocolate Chai. So it has the heat of chai, but with the smoothness of a dark chocolate. And it's lovely first thing in the morning. I really enjoy that as my first cup of the day. This is actually my second jar, which is why it's new. I've just recently finished the first one. But again, really lovely. My next one, and this one I like slightly later on the day, is gingerbread cookie. Now, when you open it up, you smells of gingerbread. So at Christmas, when you see gingerbread, this is what the smell. You open it up and you automatically, I think, of ginger and gingerbread. Again, it's beautiful if you make it as a milky latte, and I really love it because it's got the heat of ginger in it. So that's one. I'm actually going to try this one with cold milk and see if I can make a cold, like an iced coffee drink. And I probably will try that with most of them actually. Get some oat milk and try some iced coffees. And I might come back and review that and let you know if it works or not. So watch this space. So those are the coffees that I'm loving at the moment. Like I say, I like my coffee first thing in the morning, and then later on in the day I have a tendency to move on to cold brew teas. And these are the ones of those that I'm drinking at the moment. So first of all, my favourites are from Bird and Blend. So as you know, I drink Bird and Blend spice and chai teas during the winter. So I will quite often drink, they've got some ginger teas, and they've got some really spicy teas like mocha chai and things like that. They've recently brought out their summer collection, and in amongst these are some of the ones that they recommend for cold brew, which are much more fruit teas. Now, I do enjoy a fruit tea as a cold drink. I'm not keen on it as a hot drink, but I do enjoy it as a cold drink. And the three that I have from Bird and Blend to talk to you about today are these. This is the first one, Lime Cola. So this is quite a zingy one, as you can imagine, with limes in it. So it consists of, it says an energy boosting cola nut and linden blossom blend. And the ingredients are lime peel, lime pieces, lime leaves, linden blossom, yerba mate, fermented lemon peel and cola nuts. And it says it may contain traces of nuts. Now, I really enjoy this one if you like a really zingy, refreshing drink. I often add slices of lemon or lime to go with it, just to give it that little extra kick. And I quite often make it with something like tonic water or soda water, so it's quite sour. But it's beautiful. Really, really nice. Love that one. Now, the next one I like, and you'll see there's a theme with this in the coffee, is ginger beer. And yes, it is like having a ginger beer. It's really, really lovely. So again, it is a rooibos tea with ginger, lime leaves, lemon peel, calendula petals and natural flavouring. And it is lovely. It's zingy, lime, lemon. It's got that real lovely kick to it, which I enjoy. Again, I may have a tendency to make my teas either with just normal tap water or quite often sparkling water and either tonic water or soda water. It does recommend for some of them that you make it with lemonade, but I find lemonade a little bit too sweet for me. So that's why I have a tendency to go for the soda or tonic water. Again, this makes a really lovely one, and you can add slices of lime to it or an ice cube or whatever. After that, my next favourite one of theirs is absolutely, this is it. Pink grapefruit. I love pink grapefruit. I love it as a grapefruit and I love it as a tea. It's really, again, you can tell my palate is very much with the zingy, tart, sour taste. This is a green tea with hibiscus, orange peel, red cornflowers and natural flavouring with pink grapefruit juices and a buttery green tea. So really, really lovely. Really lovely. I often make this one up and I mix it with the other two teas that I'm going to talk to you about. I mix it with this one, which is another green tea by Tetley this time. And this is the Berry Burst green tea with strawberry and raspberry. And I will quite often put a couple of tea bags in and a teaspoon of this, and that is a perfect combination for me. So those are my two that I go to most of all. My other one that I like that is Tetley's is another Berry Burst one, and this is their blueberry and raspberry one. And again, these have all got boost with extra vitamin 6, B6 even. Again, really, really nice. These are tea bags. I haven't seen them in a loose leaf. I've just seen them in a tea bag. And you can buy these in your supermarkets, to be honest. This one I got with the strawberry one was on special offer in Tesco's at the moment, but I don't know how long that will last. So this is really nice. So those are my teas that I am going for at the moment. Now, how I make mine is like this. I have invested in what they call a cold brew tea filter. I got this from Amazon, but I do know that Bird and Blend and some of the other independent tea companies do make their own, but I don't have one local to me, so it was just as easy to go onto Mr. Amazon and use my Prime. Now, it's a glass bottle, which is lovely, and this is like a rubberised top. So what I do is the night before is I will decide what flavour I'm going to go for, and I will put, like as you can see here, I've got 2 tea bags and some of the pink grapefruit loose tea in here, and that was from the strawberry and raspberry one. And I made this yesterday, and as you can see, I've already started drinking it quite a lot today. And what I like about these is, if you can see, there's a little filter up here. If you can just see that little thing there, I'll bring it a bit closer for you. Now, the beautiful thing about this is when you pour your tea out of the top, she says, I'm not going to pour, don't I? Take the lid off and pour the tea out of the top. The filter stops all of the loose leaf tea going into your drink. So that's really good, and it really works really, really well. So I'm really pleased with that. Now, the other thing with the loose teas, I collect mine and I sprinkle mine over the garden because it's really good for the garden and your plants and stuff like that. The tea bags I don't, but the loose leaf tea I do. So that's another thing. If you're drinking that, just collect it all at the end of the day. Give it a rinse out and clean your bottle out, ready to fill your next one. So as I explained, what I have a tendency to do is each evening, just before I go to bed, I'll decide what flavour I want for the next day, and I'll make a brew up, fill it up to about there, which is just the top of the label, and put it in the fridge overnight. And then I've got a lovely cold drink throughout the day, and I just, either if I'm really desperate, I'll top it up, or if not, I'll just get through it and then drink the rest of it the following day. So that's how I make it. I mean, you don't have to buy one of these, obviously. You could just make it if you've got a jug, and then you just need a tea strainer. Then if you're using loose leaf teas, or to strain the loose leaf tea out before you drink it. But that's it. So that is the first of my reviews of my tea and coffee, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions about the teas that I'm drinking, or the coffee, or anything else, please leave a comment below. If you enjoyed what you saw, please like it. And if you enjoyed it so much and you're not already a subscriber, please subscribe, because I really do appreciate all those that come back and return and watch more of my videos. So, wishing you a very good health, and also enjoy the rest of your week, and I shall be back soon with another video. Take care. Bye bye.